Welcome to the Bullits and Bourbon podcast, where it's not about the bourbon, but more about who you share it with.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Bullits and Bourbon, and we're on episode. Cut up. Start again.
No, we're rolling. There's no reset. We're on episode 30, and this is the test of the Taylors.
And by the way, just so everybody understands, Dan's pissed off right now at the three of us, when it's really
mostly Craig,
because he had to call Avon and Geico and everybody else before we started recording this, and he hasn't had anything to drink.
Well, to be clear, we have only had 2 pours, so we are not by any means.
No, but it's fun watching Dan get all bent out of shape, especially for the test of the Taylors episode. So, Dan, you want to explain the test of the Taylors since you set this up?
Yeah, so we're going to go ahead. We're going to blind the taters. We're going to blind the taters, which are the Taylors.
We're going to blind the Taylors.
Blind the Taylor taters.
Yes.
So we got that's what we should call it. Blind tater taters. Taylor taters.
Say it 3 times fast.
Okay, so what we got?
Who decided that he was going to talk right now?
Look, I will smack the living shit out of you. Today is not the day.
He is really at the short end of his
like this whole week has been, I'm like a firecracker ready to fucking pop, all right? I already cussed one person out this week at work.
get yourself some chicken cock and calm down.
That's a good point. Cock always makes you feel better. But we're on the Taylors.
We're on the Taylors. So what we got? We got the Colonel E.H Taylor single barrel.
Yes. Look at the authority of this.
Barrel proof.
Yes. And we have the single barrel, or no, small batch.
Small batch.
Most common. And
Rye.
the straight rye.
Yes.
So
the 3 of these guys have no clue which is which. They're going to go ahead, start sipping right to left.
right. No, you're right or my right?
It's the same right. It is the same fucking right.
That is true.
It's the cameras left to right.
Yeah.
So the camera's left to right.
I'm just going to follow you. So this is a taste to determine which one that we like the best out of these 4.
Yeah.
We don't have our little notepad here to.
We'll just put the glass, like move it forward. We're going to wing this.
Yeah. Move it forward like the racehorses. So much dead space.
Yeah,
Meat locker in here. There's frost on my glass.
Yeah.
It's like cold down here.
It's like a frosted beer right now.
That's why I sit over here and not beneath the vent. But yeah, don't whine and cry. Number 1 was interesting to me. You should be able to pick the rye out pretty easy. I would think we would be able to.
Yeah, I've only had the E.H Taylor rye once years ago, but typically with a rye you could pick it out. But then again, Kentucky ryes are a little bit more corn heavy, so it's not always obvious. But this one's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
What's your guess on the proof?
For 1.
Well, they're all going to be 100
No,
except
number
for the
2.
barrel proof.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, not number 2. I mean, have you tried number 2? Yes.
I
1.
just had number. I had number 2.
You have. Oh wow, you're aggressive.
Was I not supposed to?
You're moving. I guess so.
Quick.
I mean, we are.
I didn't know that.
This is going to be a
along here.
cluster.
This is an absolute disaster. We were really just looking for an excuse to pop these bottles.
Yeah.
Well, one of them was popped. Which one was popped already?
All of them were popped.
Oh, the single barrel.
All
That's right.
except the barrel proof.
Barrel proof. Okay. All right. Well, so I like 2 better than 1. I know that. I'll wait till you guys catch up. 2 had more punch to it.
I like the nose on 2 better.
2, yeah, nose on 2 is better.
Smells sweeter to me.
I hate
He's like a
watching
little
them.
bird putting it to his
I
lips.
know. They're like a little mockingbirds. So
You get a lot more oak on this one.
Yes.
And it is a little bit sweeter.
I should have another sip just to make sure.
Craig's just looking at it like,
There's a lot of heavy caramel.
He's looking for
and
the
oak on
answer
that one.
someplace.
I'm trying to take it in and.
because he doesn't know which one's the barrel proof. So
Yes.
if this is
I
the
don't-
barrel
and I'm
proof,
trying to-
Well, it doesn't matter.
I want to make sure I
trying to-
enjoy the shit out of it. Right? That's what
He's
it
like,
is.
I'm going to put the barrel proof number 1.
To make you all disappointed, right?
When Craig drinks, he drinks and you hear dollar signs going down. It's like, ching.
Holy, why is this AC up so
I'm honestly more interested to see if I could line it up and say this is that one, this is that one. So that's more why I'm sitting here trying to. But
this will confuse me. If this was completely different brands of whiskey, I have a better shot at this.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's going to be harder until the rye. I think. So are we on 3 yet?
yes.
All right, let's give 3 a shot.
That's an interesting nose.
That's sweet.
Who poured this?
Dan did.
3 right. Yeah.
Dan was in charge because he didn't want to partake.
Yeah.
You get a bubblegum note
You do. You get kind of a
Bubblegum?
Well,
on the nose, yeah.
fruity. Yeah, you
I
do.
only got 2 drops in mine, so I'm not really
Holy
sure.
shit, stop crying.
That's the
and
barrel
drink.
proof.
This was Dan's balls why he gave me so little.
It is. It's sweet. Not. Yeah, like bubblegum. Trying to remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, like the double bubble.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah.
Well, I'm going to say
that's
3
rye.
is not the barrel
That's
proof
the
at
rye.
all.
That's pretty obviously the rye,
Yeah,
but
that's the rye. And that's damn good.
And the proof is definitely not there to be the barrel proof at all.
If we're all wrong on this, and
You guys are clacking like it's bubblegum.
it's good. Look, little jelly.
No, I'm good.
You're good.
I'm good.
All right. Okay.
so you just did this to find out if you could figure out what the barrel proof is. Is that what you're doing?
well,
is that your goal?
They needed an excuse so we could crack an extra bottle.
Before he
Personally,
goes on vacation.
I don't have a great palate. I think my palate sucks. The only thing I ever possibly get close to is proof. That's about the only thing I ever get
Yeah,
right.
you've gotten better with that. Yeah. Yeah. All right, so 4.
4.
Much more tobacco on that. And leather. That's the barrel proof. Are these all in consistent order?
This is single
No,
barrel.
they're for all
Yeah.
3 of you? Yeah, they're all the same. They're all lined up exactly the same for all 3 of you.
I'm going to say single barrel, rye, barrel proof, small batch. But I don't remember 1 and 2.
So it seems like you guys all want to say number 3 is the rye.
Rye.
Yeah.
All right. So
What are we gonna say?
I'd agree to that.
And what would we? What are you all picking for number 4?
hey, get the rye container.
Okay. Where are we at here? Yep.
Okay,
one
pop
on
the
the
lid.
right.
The one that says rye, Jay.
I'm going to smack you with this.
Well, they
Pop
are
the
similar
lid.
colors.
They're the same
yeah.
color.
Was it real hard?
Pop the
Air
lid.
Force?
Pop the lid.
And what number did we got on there?
3.
Okay, you guys nailed.
right.
You guys
All
nailed
right.
that.
Yeah,
we were
rye.
good.
Okay. We nailed that one. Okay, so we're not complete idiots. All right, so
What's your pick on 4?
my pick on 4.
One we just tried. I'm going single barrel.
Where are you going with, Jim? I have a feeling that's barrel proof. It just doesn't.
It's not barrel proof.
I don't know. I got to go back through them.
Yeah.
Well, he was,
Now that I
he was smart.
now that I got them all, I got to
hit-
go back through them.
I got to hit 2 again before I make that determination.
Oh, you're gonna hit 2 again, unlike Ronnie James.
Yeah. No. 2 single barrel is 4. Barrel proof is 2. Small batch is 1.
I can't try 1 again because I finished it, but that's my guess. Is this is single barrel?
Oh, you're
4.
finishing them as you go.
Well,
No, he-
1 I did.
I got such small pores.
You say keep them small.
Yeah. Well, he's all disappointed. He's like, "What are you doing? You doing a club pour?"
Because last time we did the blinds, the pours were way too heavy, and we got
messed up.
raped.
So let me ask you. That's great. We're guessing all these out, but what is your favorite?
Oh, my
of the
favorite.
4?
My favorite out of them is the rye.
Mine's the single barrel.
You don't even know
4.
what the
4.
single
I'm sorry,
barrel is.
I'm sorry, 4.
4.
But I'm guessing this is a
Okay,
single
so you
barrel.
think 4 is single barrel?
I do.
I got the single barrel right here,
Okay, what is
and
it?
I'll pop it.
You pop it. Pop that thing.
Nailed it.
4 is single barrel. Okay, so,
Four was the single barrel.
we got that right. Well, hold on. Go ahead.
I'm just going to say, out of the 4, I think 2 is my favorite.
That's probably barrel proof. I would bet 2's got to be barrel proof. Are we right?
Craig, would you say 2 is barrel proof?
Yeah, that's
I'd agree with that.
Let's see.
That's single barrel.
Way to crack the same can again.
I was about to say there's no way.
How we do that?
Especially when I did this. 2 is the barrel proof.
Okay, all right, and then that of
One's
course leaves
small
one
batch.
is small batch. So,
Small batch,
so that's how I had it ranked. I had rye, barrel proof, single barrel, and small batch as far as my ranking. And I don't know, man. I didn't expect that. I expected barrel proof to be the number one for me.
Yeah.
But I think that's just showing that I really am enjoying ryes more and more.
Yeah,
I think
that's awesome.
I think I like the ryes.
I've only
taken
had barrel proof one at a time. Columbus, Ohio. We were many pours in. Guy bought us around and tried to tell him, "Hey, don't buy us the pour. Please don't, because it's an expensive pour."
Yeah, after you've had a bunch anyway, you
Right.
kind of ruin it.
At a certain
Yeah.
point, you're like, "Don't pay that money. Buy something much lower." At this point, it's irrelevant though.
Yeah.
And I loved it at that point, but my palate was so numb at that point though. Now,
Which was your favorite?
single barrel.
Really?
I really. Dan had his bottle, cracked it a few weeks ago, and I think that's why I recognized it because it's
Still fresh on your mind.
it is, and it's to me it's a little bit sweeter to my palate though.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
I don't really know where I'd rank the other three, unfortunately, with my gnat memory. But
I mean, it's a.
they were all good. There was no pour here I did not like.
Well,
No,
I
these
will.
are all-
I will say this though. Like I set these on the bar, and they were lined up, and I kind of surprised that the small batch is this far back for me. It was a step back, and I think it just your palate changes, and so now I got to go back into the menu, on the computer, and I got to change my rating for it because it's fallen in what the rating is for me.
Well, that's putting it up against single barrel and barrel proof. If
Right.
you put it up against other
batch.
Buffalo Trace products,
oh yeah, it'd probably kill it.
to me it's
So for price point, let me ask you guys though. You said you liked which one the best, Jim?
I like the barrel proof the best. Blind.
Jason, you liked the rye.
The rye.
So, going away from retail because most of us don't get it retail.
Yeah, that's
where
right.
I was just gonna say
barrel proof.
I
Let's
do
say
have these at retail, so that's why
Yeah.
I kind of compare. I put them all
I
on the
do
same
not.
page.
Well,
but-
this is your specialty. On the secondary, which is the most expensive bottle there?
Oh, well, barrel proof, hands down. I mean, I wouldn't say my specialty, but barrel proof batch 12 has definitely come down on the market. Low 300s though. Your EHT rye. I don't know which bottle I'm tapping right now, but your EHT rye single barrel.
I think that's
Yeah, it
They're-
says it right there. It's in English.
He's blind and he's got short-term memory.
So, by the way, they do say on the back of the barrel too.
Literally
Not just
staring
the
at
front.
you. Barrel. I can see it from here. Barrel proof, single barrel, small batch, and rye. I don't know how you're
Here I
fucking
am.
missing this.
I'm
man.
like the colors type. I'm like that one's.
It's even done for colorblind people.
Dan, if we can edit this part out, that'd be
No.
Unedited,
So yeah,
unfiltered.
your barrel proof, right now 320 on some of these secondary groups. Single barrel, your EHT rye, let's say 175.
Yeah.
Your small batch, 90, $100 though.
Yeah.
Is the barrel proof worth it to you?
Ooh.
Double the price almost though. I mean, would you put it that much?
That's a
for
tough
No,
question.
price wise, secondary no. Retail all day.
Fair enough. Yeah.
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 The rye, on the other hand, the rye was so impressive to me that I may be willing to buy it secondary.
We know
Again.
this year they're putting out a barrel proof rye.
Ooh.
They just
Really?
announced that.
Is
I believe
that
like a week
true?
ago.
So okay, so
It was,
I've
yeah.
seen a lot of hype about it, and then some people posting stuff, and then somebody else came out and say, I think Buffalo Trace announced, no, this isn't true, or so
I thought it was.
this was a while ago. I don't know. I have no
yeah,
idea.
no, there
So
were rumors about it for a couple years.
I definitely heard rumors about it. yes.
It was in the rumor book, but this year, I think within the past week or two, they actually announced that they are releasing that this year.
The nose on this is just so, on the rye, is so delightful to me. That bubble gum, fruity kind of, it's like a bubblicious.
But
like
correct
a
me if
hubba
I'm-
bubba.
Retail, I don't always know because we never see it retail, but I want to say from your small batch, the cheapest is, if you get retails, what, 40 some, $50?
I think it's like
Yeah.
$42.99.
to your barrel proof at retail is $80.
I think it's 8.
Yeah.
So I mean,
So it's a huge market. It's a huge markup in the market. It's almost offensive.
yes, because on your take Pennsylvania for instance. So I think
Communist state of PA?
yeah.
Yeah,
I
okay.
mean, small batch will drop regularly, multiple times a year, 4 or 5, whatever. barrel proof.
Still not enough where people have an opportunity to really get one.
Once a year, because they only do one batch a year.
Yeah.
Right, and your single
So,
barrel and your rye,
I think the
still
single
very,
barrel
very
might be
hard to obtain.
once or twice a
Right.
year. Rye probably once a year as well.
But I think we all agree, all good pours though. But
Yeah, I mean,
none we didn't like.
They don't become taters because they suck. I mean, this isn't taking like a certain company that we've talked about. We cover the label up, you know, and we force down people's throats. You know, I mean, it's good whiskey all the way around. It's just a question of if you were in the magical world of Never Never and you could get all these bottles at retail, would it be worth it at retail?
Absolutely.
And I would buy.
Absolutely.
I would buy all 4 of these again at retail, probably without thinking about it.
Well, what's crazy is barrel proof, $80 bottle of bourbon. I mean, you go to any of your liquor stores. There's multiple bottles that $80 is nothing to most.
Well, I mean,
you know,
look at you know, like we talked about because we sipped on the Baby Jane by Widow Jane. That's a $45 bottle, but if you went and bought a regular bottle, Widow Jane 10, you're spending $80 on it.
Yeah.
So, you know, if you do like a battle, we should do maybe like a battle of 10 years. You know, put an Eagle Rare and put a Widow Jane and put another 10 year, put another 10 year next to it and see what 10 year is actually the best. You know, I don't think if I walk into a store and I see a Widow Jane 10 and I see a E.H Taylor, I'm probably gonna take the E.H Taylor.
Grab the Taylor,
And grab Taylor. So
Yeah.
it's kind of a no-brainer. It's proven. You know, the taste is consistent, and you know, if it's a rye, I'm definitely going to buy the rye. I mean, the rye is delicious.
I think another bottom line with the Taylors is most of them, aside from the barrel proof, are all bottle and bond. Mm-hmm. What I've noticed over the years is that consistent pours, even in your budget bourbons, bottle and bond are almost always proven.
Well, Benchmark, we were talking about that
Benchmark
earlier.
bonded. It's actually the same mash bill.
Yeah.
But again, that's $22, I think.
Yeah,
I mean,
and
you can't
it's great.
beat that. Yeah, absolutely.
We should do a Benchmark.
The Benchmark lineup?
Yeah.
Which, and if I'm not mistaken too, anytime you see any of the EHTs put out for the market, they don't change year from year. There's no, well, I'm sorry, the barrel proof does have batches.
Yes,
This is, by the way, we sampled a EHT barrel proof batch 12 is which one we sampled, but the single barrel, your small batch, your rye, those are not released on batches.
Now, Dan's had
where the barrel proof is.
Dan's had the Tornado batch.
Yeah.
Which we should, we're gonna have to revisit this when you can, consume more.
I think I'm gonna have to come out of the pocket for that warehouse seed that we were talking about earlier.
So I think the warehouse C.
Warehouse C or Warehouse C Tornado Survivor?
His is just warehouse C.
His is just warehouse C.
Yeah.
And then you're talking over $1,000 in retail. I don't know what the retail is in a warehouse C. I have no idea.
Yeah, it's stupid.
Yeah. Right.
But I mean, you enjoy it.
Yeah.
I mean, you enjoy the Tornado batch.
Well, the Tornado Survivor was, but like I said, the Wild Turkey Voyage blew that out of the
phenomenal.
water.
Still, so that was I wish you had done this. I was going to ask you if any of these you think. Well, you had the Voyage, right? You've had the Voyage.
Yeah, he had a pour last time he was here.
Do any of these come near the Voyage, in your opinion?
I'd say the barrel proof does.
The barrel proof does for you.
Okay. Yeah.
See, I can't compare a rye to it.
Yeah, it's kind of apples and oranges, but
yeah, I mean, rye is its own category to me. Though I love ryes. That single barrel. I'll tell you what. When I started drinking bourbon a year and a half, 2 years
water,
ago,
and I just rinsed my mouth with more bourbon. That was unexpected. That's my water bottle. Anyways,
my degenerate friend. So, I did not like single barrel a year and a half ago. So I mean, I would tell anybody out there, your palate is always changing, always expanding.
Yeah.
Things I didn't like. Yeah. Things change over time.
Absolutely.
Though.
But also, single barrels are all different. Mm-hmm. They're going to try and keep them as consistent as possible. But you're going to get variation from single barrel to single barrel too.
So there was a question asked it was a while ago. No better person than you to kind of really explain this because I'll muck it up. What's the difference between, like, for example, a single barrel and straight from the barrel, as far as how they manipulate the barrel? Or
what do you mean by straight from the barrel?
So like Blanton's.
Yes.
Blanton says straight from the barrel that they market separately.
Yeah.
We got one over there. We can pop it. And a regular single barrel. Or is it just a play on words?
That's just they're marketing the proof basically.
Okay.
So the straight from the barrel is literally straight from the barrel.
Out and in a
Yeah.
bottle.
How does it differ from a single barrel? Because I don't know.
So
how does
it is
differ
a
from
single. It's a single barrel.
It is a single barrel.
Yeah. So it's everything from one barrel goes into that bottle, but they don't proof it down. So that's straight from the barrel.
You know, the best way to test this is to have Jason crack his straight from the barrel right now.
But so their standard
Do we
single
wanna
barrel
do that?
lineup is just 90.
You want to?
Not
Absolutely.
to this episode, no.
Oh, okay.
All right.
It's
I was
almost
like, I don't feel like
enjoy it.
drinking. I,
was
want
trying.
to enjoy this shit.
Oh, yeah, I want to enjoy it.
He looked over. He was like, "Nah, motherfucker,
He's like, yeah.
not today." Better spit on that thing.
So So Dan was all about him right now, and not today.
He just absolutely was like, "I don't care. No, nah. Oh, I got a sick stomach." All right. Well, I mean, hey, so, as far as the Taylors go, consensus kind of is, buy them all at retail if you can get them, which you're,
Absolutely.
Yeah, if you can get them retail, give me a call or email or text, hook a brother up. But rye for me, barrel proof and single barrel. So, I mean, it really comes down to personal preference, I think.
Absolutely.
I mean,
Absolutely, yeah. 100% agree.
Whiskey in general, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and there's no wrong way to drink it. You want it on a rock, put it on a rock. We were talking about this earlier with the Pappy and the. You got to tell that story because I think that's a pretty interesting. People get really judgy.
Oh,
about
yeah.
how you drink
so,
whiskey.
we were talking about how people drink whiskey and, people get offended if you try and make an old fashioned out of Weller 12 or, you drink it on the rocks, you put water in it, whatever, drink a cocktail. Number one rule of whiskey is drink it how you like it.
Yeah.
I don't think enough people say that or believe that. But,
you're right.
everyone's got a different palate. You drink things the way you like them. But what I was talking about earlier was in the book Pappyland, the Van Winkles like their weeded bourbon on the rocks with a twist of lemon. And I believe one of them was in New York City, and they were at a really nice hotel bar. They went up to the bar and ordered, I think it was Pappy 15, on the rocks with the twist of lemon. And the bartender got really offended. Like, sir, this is a really exclusive bottle. I suggest you drink it this way. You drink it neat. He's like, oh, well, that's just how my family drinks it, and they're the ones that made it, so.
Really? I didn't hear the story.
Yeah.
I would always say I will drink it the way you want me to within reason if you're buying it. If I'm buying it, I'm going to drink it the way I want it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, listen, if I go to order a drink and you're like, oh, this round's on me, but you have to have it neat, all right. But you're right. If I want it the way I want it, then it may be neat some days, and it may be on the rocks next. I mean, Dan, you started to walk over to the neat side, specifically with Scotch.
Yeah.
I mean, but I mean, we started to go that route. I've been a lot better. I take heat from a couple people in the Pittsburgh Whiskey Friends when they're like, "Don't corrupt that juice with that ice," and you know who you are out there. So, but
I haven't said it. Sometimes I think it, but
I still do that.
I still ask you every time. I'm like, you want on the rocks? And you're like, no.
When I still go to a bar and when I buy a pour for the first time, they said, you want it neat or want it on the rocks? I will ask them and say, can I have it neat, but can I have a rocks cube on the side? I just want to try it neat, but at the end of the day, I'm just going to put my cube inside there.
Carte blanche.
My personal preference, but I want to try it neat though.
Well, don't you get so and Dan, you've experienced this before, but you have done bartending for a long time. Don't you get a more accurate pour if you get a neat pour first, and then add your own? Would you say that you do? What do you think?
I disagree.
Really?
You mean like
at the bar?
I think
you know what I'm getting at.
I think with a high end.
I know.
You know what I'm getting at because this happened to me, and I
think a high end bourbon. A lot of times they measure it out though with a higher end bourbon. When you just order give me a Captain and Coke. Whatever.
Well, no,
but when you're ordering something
1,
expensive,
2, 4,
yeah.
Well, when you're they're not doing with the Pappy. They're not doing 1, 2, 4.
But there are places,
they're measuring it.
Dan's told me that they charge for ice. They charge
there's a place in Pittsburgh that started
that before.
There's a place in Pittsburgh on the North Shore that charges for ice.
I don't understand.
Charges you an upcharge for ice.
And it's not like 50 cents.
Yeah.
50.
Yeah,
They weigh 50.
it's like $5.
But back to your original
$5 charge
yeah,
for ice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, your original question was, does the pour change
Yeah.
from neat versus
If
on the rocks?
if I'm pouring, if I got a glass with a rock in it,
But what are we talking about? A pour of what, for instance?
well, whatever you pick it. But I feel like a bartender can get away on a miss pour with a cube more than they can on a neat pour.
See, I disagree, though, because like I said,
What do you think?
I mean, I agree with that. Look, if you're pouring something like a single barrel or a high-end pour, you should be measuring.
You should be measuring.
Yeah.
Yes.
If you're just doing,
Jack and
give
Coke,
me a
whatever.
Jack on the rocks.
You don't give a shit.
I'm counting.
Who knows what
on the
you're
rocks.
getting, yeah.
Yeah.
You might be off a quarter of an ounce.
Okay.
Heavier, light. But I mean, I always measure
Yeah.
when I'm doing pours. But I think it's easier to tell with Glencairn because you've poured a half ounce in here before. You've poured an ounce. You've poured 2 ounces.
Yeah.
You know where those marks are, essentially on a Glencairn.
Yeah.
Whereas if you get a pour and it's, you're expecting 2 ounces and you get an ounce, you're like, you can see that it's
Yeah.
light more so than with a rock.
So a lot of times I'll pour into a Glen, and I didn't realize I really had a heavy hand with pouring until lately.
Yeah.
When I started drinking a neat, and then I'm like, hey,
How
what?
did it take you this long to realize that?
There were a lot of mornings on the deck where I woke up didn't feel very well, but it
only
wasn't
had
until
two.
it wasn't until I started taking it out and pouring it over a rock I realized, Jesus, that's half a glass.
Yeah.
And I'm like, maybe I should learn how to pour better, but it's yummy. So
I've told the wife that many times where you start to say, I've only had 3, 4 pours.
there's really like 12.
But yes, but they
Yeah.
were in a 40-ounce sippy cup, and you're like, oh, Jesus.
They're the big Yeti. Yeah.
The big gulp cup from 7-Eleven or something.
Yeah.
You're like, oh.
Yeah, fair enough. Oh, I mean, listen, you got to score when you can score. I mean, because if you don't, then you end up like, your favorite guy right now, Bronny James.
Bronny James.
Barney.
Yeah.
Barney.
We call him
How are
Barney.
you 19 and broke after the first summer league game? How the fuck are you going up against people that aren't even
I knew he was
signed
going to set him off.
that are going to either get cut or drop in the G League? You get 20-some minutes, 4 points, miss 2-3 throws, and then you got Cooper Flagg just dominating against Team USA.
So I was confused when you brought up the Cooper Flagg guy. So, Cooper Flagg is just graduated high school.
just graduated high
He's
school,
off to
going
Duke.
going to Duke.
Yeah, going to Duke, and the dude's balling out against the Olympic.
U.S. men's
men's
basketball team. Yeah.
Seriously?
Oh, you
I didn't think
Look
about
at
it.
motherfuckers!
this
watching
dude.
this like-
He
You-
just grabbed that barrel proof.
Oh my goodness! I can't say nothing. I
buy
drank all
it,
your
he drinks
juice.
it. Yeah, I know that's true. Who cares?
Oh, this is your bottle.
No, that's my
No, it's
bottle.
his bottle. Drink up.
I thought it was your bottle.
No, it's his bottle. My bottle's over
They
there.
were talking, talking. I thought they don't even know. They know stuff.
I warned you before you poured it. Yeah. No, so Cooper Flagg's balling out on these cats, right?
Yeah.
Shutting them down. Not shutting them down, but he is shutting them down.
No,
Right.
yeah. Well, I mean, I'm telling you, U.S. is going to either go bronze or silver this year again. They're
Or
not
not
getting the
metal.
gold.
I don't know if they're metal.
I think Canada will go gold, and Spain or maybe France might take silver.
Well, what about like Croatia and
Serbia.
Serbia they've got that
Oh, yeah,
that
they-
Eastern European talent. Them dudes are ballers. They're all ballers.
But it's just, I mean, it goes to show you, and everybody's going back to Bronny James and the cardiac arrest he had like a year and a half, 2 years ago, when making all these excuses. Look, you're going to the NBA. You aren't going to play rec ball or whatever.
Yeah.
You need to be 100% of the time.
So do you agree with the 1 year in college at a minimum before you go to the NBA?
Yes and no. I mean, you look at Kobe, and I hate to say it, you look at LeBron James. As much as I can't stand him because of the longevity, when he first came in the league, he was balling.
Yeah.
Who else? Carmelo, Anthony, same thing.
Yeah.
Or no, he went to Syracuse.
No, he went to Syracuse, yeah.
He went to Syracuse. But, there's been a couple guys.
But it's rare.
It's rare.
Sean Kemp.
Sean Kemp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, well, that's going back.
No,
a
you're
little
going
bit.
old school. Yeah, you're going old school now.
Sean Kemp's got gray
Kemp.
hair. Thank God that not as much gray as I do.
Yeah, but I think being 19 years, saying I got a sore knee, I can't play in a summer
man
league
up.
game too.
Well, how are
back
you
to
supposed
back.
to walk through your 35,000 square foot mansion that you have at the age of
what I
19
mean? Like,
if you got a bum knee?
and I just wish the Lakers would come out. Hey, yes, we did draft him. just to keep LeBron.
This is nepotism at its finest.
At its finest.
Yeah.
That way LeBron retires as a Laker.
Yeah.
Come out and say that. Okay, it is exactly what it is.
You think
But-
this is his last year? This is his last year?
No, he got a 2-year contract for
okay.
$100 million
Yeah.
plus.
I think after that second year, though, he's
You think
done.
he's done?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think he's done. And my question, so I'm going to pose this question now. We're going to revisit this, and as this controversy plays out over the year, because I guarantee you, this is going to be a controversy in the NBA. He is going to get fucked. Bronny is going to get shitted on by somebody,
But I mean-
and LeBron's going to fall on the ground and get an Academy Award for it.
Oh yeah.
So my question is: will the NBA be better off when LeBron finally goes away?
Oh, 100%. 100%.
And what does that say?
I mean, you
Will
look
we ever say that about Magic or Bird or
here's-
Dominique or Kemp or any of those dudes?
Here's the thing. You just look at, he was trying to get Klay Thompson, and then who was the other player he was trying to get? Kyrie Irving, I think he was trying to get back on the Lakers.
Yeah.
And both, nah, dude.
They don't wanna play with him.
No superstar wants to play with him.
What does that say?
You know what I mean? You got AD, you had Westbrook, I forget who else he had on that team. You couldn't do shit.
Well, who was the dude that Dwight? You had Dwight Howard for a while. Right.
No, he had
Well,
Anthony Davis.
Anthony Davis.
Yeah,
Sorry.
you're thinking
Yeah.
Anthony Davis.
Yeah.
Dwight Howard's over in Taiwan, just putting out 100-point games.
Doing some weird stuff on the side.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it'll definitely be interesting to see what happens over the course of the season. There's some interesting, like, this weird shift in sports right now. Like, I've never cared much for the NBA, but dog shit like that happening kind of makes me go, no, you don't want to watch just because of the freakish nature of something happening. WNBA.
Yeah.
I couldn't give two shits about the WNBA. I didn't like the NBA, so why would I care about the WNBA? But now you got like Cameron. And who'd you try to call earlier? Go ahead, tell 'em.
Nobody.
Who'd you try to call earlier?
Hey, we ain't going to talk about that. We ain't going to talk about that right now.
I tell you who we
Because
did.
it might not be the wrong number. We ain't going to talk about any of that because you had too much juice right now.
No. Who
We're
did you
not-
try to call the other day?
Hawk
We're
Tua
not
girl?
going to talk about that right now.
You know Dan loves Hawk Tua girl.
Yo, I'd call the Hawk Tui girl
But no.
straight up right
but
now.
no,
Just-
going back to the WNBA.
Jennifer, I hope you're not watching
No, I'm
this
saying
episode.
for publicity.
Oh,
No,
Yeah.
we're not going to put that out there right
Yeah,
now.
you're right. Okay,
Because
well,
we ain't going to shoot ourselves in the foot if it doesn't come through.
You better
Shit or
you
shoot?
better have
Shoot.
30 grand. That's how much that girl's getting paid to
We're
show
we're
up
not going to
places.
shoot ourselves in the foot in case it doesn't come through. But no, here's the thing though. You know all the shit you were talking about Angel Reese. Wait. So I've been watching the WNBA off and on.
Have you
And
really?
Yes, and she is kind of dog shit one way because the reason she has so many rebounds.
She's 6'25".
No, because she can't make a fucking shot to save her life.
No.
It takes her like 3 or 4. They're all offensive boards.
She is literally like Yao Ming's
She's
sister, bro.
6'3". She is 6'3".
Dude, she is not 6'3".
She's 6'3".
She
I
must
promise
have
you.
the reach of a
so
giraffe.
I don't follow. You're talking about that Caitlyn girl?
No,
Correct?
I'm talking about her,
No.
her arch nemesis, Angel
Angel
Reese.
Reese.
Didn't that Caitlyn girl just make publicity, or she made some?
She
She made a triple double.
She's triple.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what I was going to talk
Oh,
about.
what was
She
her name?
Caitlin Clark made
I'm
a triple
sorry, I
double.
can't
And
hear
she
you.
did not get picked up for the Olympics, but
Yes.
she just made triple
Yeah.
double. And
Oh yeah,
like,
she's
in the
balling
WNBA,
up.
I don't know what that really means, particularly. I guess
So
it's
same thing in the
not very-
NBA.
It's not very normal.
You 3 categories with double
No, they do a
digits.
point reduction for the WNBA.
Jesus. He's that
I was thinking
guy
Chris,
that loves sports. Guy.
You spell
like-
Army Armee, don't
I
you?
follow college football a lot, but I just know.
Well, you're a Buckeyes fan too, so I mean that says a lot.
Go sports.
Oh, shot fired. Hey, just
You
calm
know
down.
what? We're just going to go ahead and move on.
Yeah.
Jim, just
Buckeye.
step back, Jim.
Yeah, listen.
I just know in the NBA, generally, a lot of times they score higher versus the WNBA.
Well, yeah, but
sometimes
the
does, so-
requirements for
A triple double doesn't change.
I don't know how many times it happens in the NBA versus the
Caitlin
WNBA.
Clark makes
though.
a shot. Well,
Does
it's
it-
2 points, but we're going to give her 75% off on that.
Does look, you assholes.
She went 16 for 44. She scored 6 points. What?
Does it happen more in the NBA versus the WNBA?
Oh,
I
yeah,
think-
100%.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I said in the WNBA, I don't know if it's a lot less occurrence
Because Angel
in the
Reese
WNBA, though.
in the WNBA plays what position? Power forward, right? Or
Yeah.
or she could probably play center.
No.
No, she's not that tall.
No, she's only 6'3".
Yeah, But she's got long. She got
to reach. She got to reach.
She got to be reached.
But the majority of the rebounds are coming from offensive rebounds from her own shot.
So they're like bricks are so bad they're
no,
falling
they're
back
just
over.
like when you see a kid first time trying to get close to the basket, like throw it up and it's off the backboard. Let me catch it again. Off the backboard. Off the backboard. Oh shit! It went in.
Four times the charm.
So you're saying that her double is the result of her basically playing backboard catch.
Basically.
Okay. So you're ready to basically retrograde on all that hype.
I'm still saying there's other players down there that could take the ball with. She's still beasting her way in to get those offensive rebounds.
I still think it's good for the game that rivalry blossoms.
Yeah.
Now
Blossoms or blossoms?
What did I say? Now another player
Blossoms,
that we
I
keep
think.
our eye on is who? Cameron
Brank got the tore ACL, so she's out the whole season.
Whole season. So get well soon because
and she's out of the 3-on-3 for the Olympics as well, which sucks.
yeah. So the Olympics are coming very soon. So
Yes.
Olympic prediction for men's basketball. What do you got? I don't watch basketball that much, so this is a crapshoot.
I don't either.
Yeah,
We went over this last time.
yeah. I just don't think they're as
I have
dominant as they're
no-
ever going to be. Or as they were in the 90s.
I say it's silver or bronze.
Craig? Bronze is a color, so is silver. It's also a metal.
Dan, who shot there?
Should I pick?
Give me a team to pick, Dan.
I think it's going to be between Canada and Spain, I want to say.
Oh, God. Canada.
I think Canada might take gold
Well,
in
there
basketball.
goes all the Canadian volors, thanks to Jay and Bullits Bourbon.
No, listen.
I love Canada, by the way, so please stay tuned.
They are nice people, man. They're God's sunshine.
Speaking of Canada, found North an amazing pour,
Yeah,
by the way.
Yeah, you did great on that.
Back to Bullits Bourbon. Oh, they kill it.
Yeah, and what's the other Canadian whiskey, everybody? Crown Royal. It's good stuff. I like it. I mean, I do.
Caribou Crossing.
Caribou. Well, we just talked about Caribou.
We did.
Cross. Yeah. So Olympics
It's
are
a
coming
pretty
up.
bottle.
It's a pretty bottle. Yeah.
It is. The box is
Eh?
beautiful.
All right. So with the Olympics coming up, I mean, well, first we're wrapping up Copa and we're wrapping up the Euro.
Europa.
And
Euro.
Dan's heart was broken today because the
Fuck
Orange
Netherlands.
Army got beat by England. Hail England! He was not happy, which it baffles me that you would bet against England, especially since he
I
lived
wanted
there.
to see a rematch of the 2010 World Cup, Spain and the Netherlands. Because there's a lot of love. I don't want to say love-hate, but there's a lot of hate in that game.
But is that the only reason why you were upset?
No.
You had how much on that game? A lot.
I feel like you and I should step back and deal with these two. I mean, really, it's like a moment for these two right here.
No, like I predicted at the beginning of the
Yeah.
Euros, Netherlands was going to win. If they did, I'd have been up 12 grand.
And we could have gone to Europe for
Yeah.
shit, man.
Then
Thanks,
I-
Netherlands.
And then I had another parlay with Spain, Netherlands, Colombia, and Argentina all in the finals, which would have paid out pretty nice as
So
well.
basically, Netherlands cost us that warehouse seed, man.
Yeah, basically.
Thanks,
Multiple.
A
Netherlands.
few of them. Yeah.
Yeah, they were our grain of the gods.
Well, if I had known that, I would have been pulling for England.
Yeah.
However, my next door
Jesus.
neighbor, who is British and a huge England fan, I love watching every time they score. He runs out of the pool house and does a cannonball, sometimes with a cell phone in his pocket, doesn't realize it, and a beer in his hand. That's priceless.
But when you say he's from England, it is the straight accent. I mean, you feel like you are in
It's Manchester.
England.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. You feel like you are in England when he comes over. I mean,
yeah, and we love Peter. I mean, he's fun. He's fun
Amazing
to have
couple.
over.
Yeah, great
we got to
people.
get him on the podcast because
you know what? That,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That might be one of the more adult rated content versions.
Oh yeah. I had a conversation. Well, I just met him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Actually, we might
I
move
love
to
his
the
mannerisms though.
we
Yeah.
might move to the England market after that, though.
We should really get in there, crack in there. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, who's our team, Dan?
Oh, Tottenham.
Tottenham. I mean,
Like, it's going to be great. Come this fall.
When we stomp the shit out of Manchester United, those pussies. I didn't mean to say it like that, but it is what it is. First, we got to get the flagpole up because I have to stare at that stupid Manchester United flag every time I pull in my driveway.
Just call
Yeah, but the
Man
wind-
U like
wind
everybody
got all
else,
twisted up.
please.
Yeah.
Just say Man U. Stop saying the whole thing. Man U.
I'm not going to give them the credit or the love of abbreviating their dog shit.
You remind me of that guy from Eurotrip.
I was just thinking that.
Where he goes into the pub Who's your favorite team? Manchester United football team.
Listen, quit making fun of me. I need better friends.
Who said we're friends?
We're just here for the bourbon.
We're just here for the bourbon. Yeah, for the dick. Yeah, so. All right, so who do you have winning now between England and Spain? Let's go there. Spain. Why? You've gone. Listen, we both didn't have a lot of faith in England after their start.
I still don't.
Okay.
I still don't have faith. Jude Bellingham didn't have a single shot on goal this go around. Kane got lucky with that penalty. They got really lucky with that break at the end to win it. I honestly
to win it
to winning. But I mean, you look at the Switzerland match. They got lucky that they were able to go 5 for 5 in the shootout.
Craig, Jim, have you guys watched any of them?
I'm going to go with Spain, too. Just
to piss me off.
I feel
You're
the
doing
same
this
way,
just to
Dan.
piss me off.
Let me ask you a question, though, coming back to...
I want to see that 16-year-old kid just ball out for Spain.
Well, that would be kind of cool. That's a cool side story. Yeah, it is. With
Is there
Yamal. How do you say his name?
Yamal, I believe.
Yamal, yeah. Who Messi touched. They're calling it the touch of Messi.
Like the touch of God,
the touch of
Messi.
Messi. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Blessed him with a golden foot.
Yep.
Comes out of Spain. Is there a whiskey? Clearly not bourbon, but whiskey? Curiosity?
What do you mean? Like in Spain? I'm sure there's whiskey somewhere in Spain. Is that I'm confused.
Something you're known about. I mean, bullets and bourbon.
Does Spain make their own whiskey?
Is there a known whiskey?
Well,
Clearly not bourbon.
Yeah,
I mean, because bourbon's American.
Spanish wine.
Right, but is
Portugal is for
I
port.
don't know, but is there a? Does anybody know here? I have no idea.
Here's
That's
the
what
thing:
I'm asking.
England makes Scotch, which is beautiful.
But England also makes whiskey.
They do.
I mean,
But is there something? What would England be? I know Canada Found North has hit the market. People love Found North. What would be England? What would England be known for, or Spain? I don't know.
What would England be known? England would be known for Scotch.
Fish and chips. Oh, sorry.
Oh, dude, fish and chips sound off the chain right now, though. I'm just
England
haggis.
has some whiskey distilleries in London.
Yeah.
I know of Bimber, and
They have a lot of good blenders too, like Douglas Lang.
yeah.
Yeah.
Independent bottlers.
Yep.
I actually haven't had any English whiskey.
Spanish
That's something I need to
wine.
change.
It'd just be Spanish wine.
I think Spanish wine, maybe.
Brandy, maybe. I don't.
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Brandy's more French.
Yeah.
Brandy, cognac. That's all French.
What's it? Well, Italy has a whiskey. Italy also has a
It
beer
is
that's
obviously
horrible.
wine.
Corona.
I mean,
Yeah. I don't know. That's a good
so
question.
clearly none of us have really any clue.
Whenever we traveled, did you
Jim
ever
knows, but-
look for whiskey in Spain?
When I was in Europe, I was drinking a lot of beer.
Yeah,
Not
I
too
was
much
just
whiskey.
I was just dry. You hit Portugal and I was like port wine. I passed
wine,
out
yeah.
on the ports, and ironically, I passed out in the port on port. You're in England, you drink stouts and you drink whiskey,
Else.
Cask ales. Yeah.
cask ales, and
Have you ever had a cask ale?
Yes.
Like from
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
yeah.
think that I have.
So I lived in England for 2 years, and then when I got out of the military, came back and was like, "Fuck this state shit! I'm moving back overseas," and moved to London for a year.
Yeah.
And
I'd love to live there.
I kind of regret coming back some days.
I
I miss London. London's
Yeah,
a beautiful
I do too,
city.
and I've
I
only
miss
been there
Europe,
twice. But what struck me as odd, and just as a beer drinker in the States, is how much warmer they serve their beer.
Oh, yeah.
It was very like.
Well, and it's like that in
I've
Germany
always,
too.
I've always heard that Germany.
Yeah.
I've heard a lot of
Yeah.
those other countries.
Yeah.
They don't do that frosted mug or that cold
no, it's not
nitro-
super cold.
No.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I mean, getting recently, we've gone way off topic, but I've gotten back into to some beer drinking because it's been so hot, and I found out that I like IPAs out of nowhere. And I'm like, and then I walked down into ciders recently because it was, when it's just so hot you can't even drink a whiskey outside. It's just so you're just like
Or like a stout beer.
stout
To me,
beer,
stout
yeah.
can be
It's
really
just so
hard in the summer.
filling,
It's so
yeah.
heavy.
Yeah.
Where yes, I want something much lighter, like a shandy for me personally,
Yeah.
or something like that.
So like in Germany, in Belgium, Dan and I were stationed over there. Dunkelweiss, Hefeweiss, Crystal Weiss, Oktoberfest beers were kind of like king. What was your German brand? Do you remember?
It was a Hefeweizen.
Just Hefeweizen was your
Yeah.
favorite. Yeah. So mine was Ergender Hefeweizen and Palmer Hefeweizen. Like I love those two. And then when we go to Belgium, you have your
all the
your
double
singles, doubles,
blondes.
your triples, and people don't know this, but you don't want off the tap. You don't want a Belgian off the tap because it actually in the bottle it ferments more.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And so you get like a golden
like mine does.
Yeah, you get like a golden Drac 5000, and I remember we would get to Belgium. They'd be like, hey, we're going to do, whatever we're going to do, we're going to do it tomorrow. We're like, sweet. So we'd go down to Brussels, and we'd park at the Delirium Bar. Remember the little boy piston statue? This bar is ancient. We've talked about it before. You walk in, and there's actually an Iron City beer tray on the ceiling.
That's
and I'm
awesome.
like, what the hell? And they've got taps all the way around. They've got something like, you remember, Dan, like 2,000 beers on tap?
It's
Something like
something,
that. Or
it's
2,000
something
beers per roll.
crazy. Yeah,
It's
the
stupid.
beer.
Yeah.
The beer
200 beers like the most I've seen in the U.S. I
The
think
beer
probably like
menu is
200.
just insane.
Most of
Absolutely
these
insane.
cups came from Delirium or other hunts around the
Delirium's really popular
yeah.
here in the U.S. though. I love Delirium Red.
But it comes from the bar is
The
what
bar
started. The
itself.
bar has been
Right.
there since the Middle Ages.
Yeah.
I want to say the Middle Ages, and we would just go through, and by 10 o'clock in the morning, I'd be passed out in the corner, and the bartender was cool. He'd order us some food. We'd get back on our feet. We'd walk around what was the square called? The Grand
Old
Square.
Town Square usually.
Yeah, just the beautiful ornate buildings and all the shops and everything.
Yeah, the big museum with the lines and.
We'd end up back at the Delirium. He'd order us some dinner, and we'd drink until we passed out. And I don't know how we got back to
Then you
where
had
we
what?
went.
St. Michael's Cathedral.
St. Michael's Cathedral, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're just gorgeous. So, but I don't remember drinking whiskey a lot when I was out in Europe.
No, it was all wine and
Yeah.
and
I think
beer.
probably because it was money, too. Pricey, too.
Yeah.
Because Jack Daniel, because in Turkey, I could bribe a police officer with a bottle of Jack Daniel and a carton of Marlboro Reds. Am I supposed to? I can't say that. Can I say that?
Yeah.
It's Turkey, man. They
long enough
dance to the
ago,
beat
yeah.
of a different drum over there. So, it is what it is. But
Turkey, the U.S. does extradite. Get them.
come at me. They wouldn't extradite a basketball player. You come get me. Come get me. I love Turkish food, so I'm all right either way.
She was like, you,
Huh?
you're gone. No one's coming to get you.
Who?
You said the basketball player, right?
What about it?
You said they got her.
They got hit. They tried to get him. What's his name? Played for the 76ers.
Oh.
Remember they were trying to
I have
extradite
no
him?
idea.
We're way off topic.
Yeah, but he was probably like, though, you. You're expendable. You're gone.
I hate you. God, man, it's a tough crowd out there. So
Anyway.
yeah. So Olympics are coming up, and our next podcast, we hope to have a guest on that is an Olympic judge, or is going to be an Olympic judge.
She's a
Utah.
gymnastics judge.
Yeah.
She does college and not only the college but like the nationals and
Yeah.
the big she'll tell us all about it.
Yeah.
On the next podcast.
So something pretty cool for us because I have no idea. Have you ever wondered how these go? These girls are doing like triple backflips and they're flipping over in the air and kung fuing dudes and then you got a 7.9. I'm like, dude, that's a 10.
How did you calculate
Yeah.
that? Yeah, like
Yeah, so I
I'm
always
watching, I'm
wondered.
like, I'm impressed. I'm like,
Dude, that was a 15.9 to
Dude,
me.
here's the thing.
You
Like,
did?
to me,
Like-
if I could do a flip and not break a disc, I should get a 10, straight 10. Like, hey, did a cartwheel, kind of. 10.
didn't even land it, but he didn't break anything.
Yeah, the fact I did a cartwheel.
I got a 10! Dude, I'm impressed when you get up out of your chair sometimes.
I swear to God, that's a 7. That's a 7. Listen,
Solid 7.
You get up off
You
the toilet
used- yeah.
after playing
You
solitaire
used
for an
no
hour.
hands
That's a
on
10.
the side of the chair and you
Your
stood up
legs aren't
straight with legs.
Craig, you look like my asshole when I'm sitting on the toilet playing solitaire. You know that? Have wiped.
How do you know what that looks like? You have a mirror?
I'm just-
Yeah.
The reflection off
He's
the
into
water.
the Voyager stuff. You know what I mean? He's seen enough, so he has a good idea.
Yeah. So in any event, guys, thanks for tuning in. We love getting Jim on. We love we have all of our crew here, and we hope you enjoyed the taste of Taylor's, the test of Taylor's, or we're just going to call it. Dan didn't get to drink any, so screw him. And hope you guys tune in for next episode. Give us a like, follow, download. Dan still is promising that the website will be up soon. However, he's encountered a what?
Issues don't go through Bangladesh.
Another scammer?
No.
Same scammer. He just really put all
Same
three
scammer
fingers in
just
him.
changed his name.
So at this point, this is almost comedy. Where
Somebody in Pakistan's laughing at him.
So
right
at some
now.
point after we release our shirt designs, which I'm pretty creative.
Well, we got the designs. We got a couple of the designs back. We just got to get the
one.
We got to get. No, I will show you the
gotta
designs.
show you
after.
the
No, that's what I'm saying. You showed me. That should be like a Patreon only. Like, you should do that design and be like, look, you're only getting this on Patreon.
The one that he tried to scam me.
Yes. Yeah, that should be like an exclusive Patreon design.
So I cannot wait till we can talk about this once we get it up on the website and we have our merch sections. Matter of fact, we should, because I would buy that shirt and be like Dan's idea right below it. Dan's idea, because this shit was so pathetic that when you showed me the mock-up, I looked at it, I was like, "What the fuck is this? How do you screw up something so basic?" So we're gonna do a before after. We're gonna do what we meant.
Oh yeah.
And then what this knucklehead put out to us, because I just, it baffled me. I mean, I literally sat there for 10 minutes going, how do you...
Have you ever had something so messed up sometimes when you see it, you actually sit back and they say, "What do you think?" And you actually don't know what to say.
Yeah, every time you show up. Sorry. I love you.
I hate you. But
Tough crowd.
yeah, sometimes in life, somebody presents to you something so stupid, you are speechless because no words can even describe
Well,
what's going through your brain right now.
Yeah. No, I mean, I was in the military. You were in the military. It's like every day occurrence. You're like, you really said that? It's like, where's the exit? Exit signs right there. I mean, how often have you run into people that really are stealing your oxygen?
Oh, every day.
There you go. I mean, I'm just saying. So we cannot wait for that episode to come out where we get to highlight this, because this is going to be grand. So
We are.
Yeah. So until then, friends, thanks for joining us. Check us out on Patreon and all the other social media sites. Give us a like, follow, a holler, high five, and a comment. And any questions you got for us, please shoot. I'm going on vacation soon. Can't wait to come back and try some new and fun things. Until then, as always, stay thirsty, my friend. Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh shit! I break that.
Thank you for listening to today's podcast of Bullits and Bourbon. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe so you never miss an episode.